welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Game Bytes show. I'm your host, Jared Dunn, joined by Jeremy Lawman Lamont. Jeremy.
Hi there.
How are you doing?
Good.
Excellent.
I hear we've got a special treat tonight for our video stream.
Yes, we're going to, I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus.
No, I am Spartacus.
No, we are going to play Total War Arena, which is, it's a free-to-play, online-only, 10 versus 10 strategy game.
It makes sense to me.
I mean, why not? So this game's interesting. So it is a 10 versus 10. There's 10 players versus 10 other players with all classical factions. So you can see here I am... oh, man. I got wrong volume. So you can see right here, I've got Rome up on the screen. So you can see my sweet-looking legionaries with their short men shirt dresses.
Yeah.
You can do so. Each faction has different commanders. Different commanders have different sort of special abilities that they can do. So like this guy is kind of focused on heavy infantry, so he has like heavy infantry skills. This guy is mostly for like cavalry, even though I don't have cavalry yet, etc. and so forth. There's Greece, so archers. Your pretty typical like not pikemen. What were those guys called? Whatever. You know what I mean.
Shroombadiers.
Hoplites. That's what
Shroombadiers.
Shroombadiers. And then the barbarians, the sort of Gaelic, Celtic barbarians who sort of specialize in cavalry. You get scouts and unarmored infantry pretty quick. So really interesting. You get 3 units. Everyone gets 3 units on the battlefield. And that's it. So you basically, there's a couple ways you can win. You can defeat the entire enemy, capture their base, or at the end of the timer, if whoever has the most troops is the victor. So we're going to start off with Dramaticus here, because he is my highest level commander, and that means he has the highest level troops. So you can see these guys have some dinnerware on their chests, and it looks like a bucket with some, I don't know, grass in their hair, so that's pretty good. And so basically, we're gonna jump in here because sometimes finding a match can take a minute or so. They do have to find 19 other players here. So
yeah, I'm curious to see. So when you mentioned that this is an online 10 versus 10 strategy game, those 3 things, each of them makes it a little bit difficult to have. The ideal play session, right? Like to find a good match.
Yeah. So, and what's interesting about this is strategy. This is strategy designed for the Twitch era, right? Like, there's no base building, there's no leveling up in the game itself. Each unit has some special abilities, and that's about the micromanaging you're gonna see. It relies very, very heavily on flanking tactics and morale. So units have health and they have morale. So each individual unit has their own health and morale. As the entire unit starts to break, say with a flanking attack, they will get very discouraged and they can rout off the field. So you really got to watch your flanks, keep yourself covered. If you're an archer heavy squad with, say 3 archers, you really need to rely on your teammates to protect you from cavalry charges, etc. and so forth.
Right. So we played something kind of like this before, right? I mean, was it actually was it Total War Arena that we had played before?
So I actually played Total War. So this is an interesting thing we can discuss while it loads. So we actually did find a match here after a minute, but we have played Total War Arena on the show before during one of our Extra Life 24-hour marathons, which you can head over to extra-life.org/team/GameBytes-show right now, while we join this match and join and or donate to our cause. But no, we did play it, I think it was 2 years ago. Shortly after that, the game was removed from Steam. The servers were taken offline. And like Mr. Patton, or not Patton, as Mr. General MacArthur said, he will be back. It kind of went away for quite a while. It turns out they sold the development rights to the the wargaming.net crew, so you'll
which
know
is
those
weird.
guys.
That's
From
World of Tanks and
World of Warships, World of Warplanes.
Yeah.
And so now Total War Arena.
Weird.
So it's back in beta, under their guidance, I guess, so to speak. And yeah, there you go. You can pay for the privilege to play this free-to-play game if you so choose. So here's the map, and the maps are fairly interesting. They have some things about them, like this grass will hide units. Let's see, trees will hide units, and actually have some will reduce the effectiveness of archery. So archers do less damage in the trees. Cavalry moves slower, so it's good for infantry to kind of help them move around the map. Line of sight's a big thing. So here we are. We are blue. You're always blue. And we are fighting red, who's up here. And now we got to pick our starting location. So you can see my teammates starting to pick locations. Seem super cavalry heavy. We're going to duke it out down here in the city. I actually don't know this map very well. So my units are 2 heavy infantry and 1 pylum sort of ranged team. So I don't want to be down here alone, though. Oh, bummer. We ran out of time. I'm kind of alone? No.
So
we have a CPU here.
Let's see, 10 versus 10. So those are the pre-selected areas, and you just fill a slot. So it's not like free placement.
Correct. Okay. So there's a dozen or so locations. One of the bummers here is we actually had someone disconnect. So one thing they kind of allow you to do, if in the event of a disconnect, is anyone on the team can now take control of this unit. So I just ordered them to move, even though they're not my unit. So that's kind of a neat feature, instead of them just...
Yeah, right.
I was actually trying to see where a decent place to move. I'm going to do this. Hopefully this doesn't crash the game, but we're going to move these up here. And that should be okay.
That's a pretty good line of sight. Those guys off in the distance up there. Is that line of sight, or can you always see those people?
So hold on a minute here.
Yeah, I've been moved.
He's been moved. Okay. Let me see what you're talking about. Okay, so my line of sight goes to the yellow here. So yeah, we can see here, this guy's all heavy infantry. So we're gonna move up these 2 units. You know what? I've got these guys too, who's all heavy infantry. You can see our catapults starting to go to work here. What do I have behind me? Cavalry. So we're pretty well positioned here, honestly. Let's move these guys up. I'm a little fearful of a counterattack, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a special attack. We're gonna throw our pylum on these guys, just like they've done. Oh, these guys are super stacked. Infantry stakes. Do it. Let's get in there. Okay, so we routed an enemy. See how quick we did that with a flank? We absolutely just demolished them. Oh, no, they snuck by me. The cavalry totally got around me. Super shameful display. We'll give it a war cry. These guys are doomed. These guys are doomed.
It moves pretty quick.
So this game goes really fast. The biggest problem I'm going to have right now is I'm trying to command 6 units, and there's way too many units. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what this is. Formed combat. Let's do it.
I was wondering about that. Do you in the big boy? Well, no, we won't call it the big boy, but in the slow strategy Total War games, formations of your guys is kind of a big deal. You know, spreading them out if they're archers and
yeah, it's a super big deal here too. Again, you can see I've already completely lost a unit. They routed. I guess they didn't completely lose, but
sometimes you can recover those guys. So do you have special abilities with your general? Can he like rally them? Or?
No, the general himself does not have any. Like, what abilities my guys have are dependent on the general I have. So yeah, we did pretty poorly there. No.
I think the horses are eating the bodies.
Maybe. I mean, it's really hard to try to command 6 units, and we had probably 3 players against me, so it's hard to kind of keep up. This guy, unfortunately, didn't follow me. I don't know what this guy's doing. You can see the rest of our guys kind of deploying up here. It doesn't look like it's going too well, so that's probably a loss. So let's end that battle. Yes, we're about to quit the battle. No reason to watch anymore. That's boring. All right, so we'll get. So we can't use this guy because he's currently deployed. So we'll change it up and we'll go with. Let's do some cavalry heavy action here. This will be pretty good. So this will be quite a bit different. So I've got all the same unit here. Scouts. They're like lightly armored cavalry. That's who just demolished us in the previous round.
Right. So we probably should mention, I mean, I don't know if it's clear to people who are watching, but Total War is a lot of times about the rock, paper, scissors of the different types of units. And in fact, in the strategy game, there are a lot of different factors that you can employ, such as terrain height advantage. Jared was talking a little bit earlier about having archers in woods. Makes it that they're not as effective.
Yep.
Formations, positioning, flanking people will make a big difference. So I guess all of those, it sounds like they've pretty well maintained all of those in this quicker pace.
They've basically all been translated to this game, which I think is really important because that's what makes Total War, in kind of my opinion, as far as the tactical battles go, is it's not just a matter of having pikemen and swordsmen beat spears and spears beat cavalry and cavalry beats archers or whatever. It's about really careful management of your units and their positions, not getting out of position, not stretching too far. We lost that battle, and that's basically my fault. I pushed too far forward. No one was behind me, and we just got surrounded and torn apart. So there you have it.
It's always nice, even when you lose in a game, to be able to tell what happened and to feel like you could improve on that later on.
Yeah, and I actually really like that about. I've never played World of Tanks. I was always more of a War Thunder guy, but World of Warships I really liked because it had very similar principle, right? So if you find yourself out of position, you've already kind of lost the game. Like it's probably over, and you're doomed, and you should just be prepared to sink to the bottom, right?
Yeah.
So this game's a lot of the same. If you find yourself out of position, you might be able to micromanage your way out of it, but there's no guarantee. So we're going to spawn towards the back, mostly because I don't see any artillery, and cavalry can move pretty quickly, so it would behoove us to let our slower units kind of up towards the front, so they can get in position relatively quick. These eyeball things you see here, these are like lookout towers, and so long as you have a friendly unit occupying that space, you get a big line of sight advantage. So you can see it's like up here, this tower. Look at that. The camera is kind of restrictive, but right here is the thing. If I had a unit up there, I'd be able to see. So I'm going to move here. Again, cavalry is really quick, so we're going to move them up quickly. Probably not going to do too much scouting. There's really no trees to hide in here. Maybe over here, but it's kind of narrow. Yeah, see, they're already moving in spears. So we're going to avoid those spears at all costs. They've got cavalry up here. We've got pretty good counters over here, to be honest. They've got cavalry up here. Where... Do they have no archers? I guess we have some cavalry over here to counter those archers. Alright. Here's some archers. Let's do this. We're going to commit in full. We're going to try to take out this archer force. Cavalry will absolutely decimate a set of archers.
Right.
If we can get in there. So let's see if we can get in there. Oh, I think we've got this. Yeah, we've got this. Oh, but they're coming up with cavalry. So we routed one. We gotta move. We gotta get out of here because we will get super flanked. All right. Yeah, this cavalry is not the leave them in the middle of combat cavalry. It's get them out quick. We did okay. We routed one. They came back. We've got our infantry moving back. So
yeah,
that's
you live
good.
to fight another day. That's what you need to do.
So we're gonna come back. We don't have charge, unfortunately, but we can run these guys down.
Let's talk about the things we don't have. So the free-to-play part of this. If I remember last time, you would gain hats and things, right? When you won. Is that still a thing?
Yeah. So you gain. There's the double currency system in full effect. You know, nothing too surprising there. We are just gonna decimate this guy. He's done. Silver you earn in the game for playing. Gold you pay for. As you upgrade each unit individually, and as you upgrade the unit, you can then get to the next unit if you have a high enough tier general. That's pretty standard for like the War of games. Nothing too surprising there. You can actually buy, if you want cosmetics, they actually do have a few cosmetic upgrades you can get, like shield paint skins type thing, but nothing super duper exciting, I'll be honest. Okay, so we got this tower, so we got huge line of sight right now. Tons of spears are left. Let's move over here and see if we can't start capping this base and make somebody nervous. I see some artillery over here I'd really like to get, but it's really well guarded by spears. You know what? Let's head on this cavalry, because I think he's trying to like get away, and we're not going to allow that. Ooh, good charge, good charge. Pretty low. We should be able to grind these guys down, and that'll leave these archers open. Possibly, if those spears don't. No, the spears are moving in to defend. That's okay. We'll get this guy off the map.
How realistic do you think it is to coordinate with another player? Both you could, because you'd have to coordinate not only your loadout, but also your positioning.
I've seen it actually will show. Oh gosh, get this guy quick, 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 quick. No. Okay, we gotta go. Oh, we finally got him. Yeah, you can. I actually have seen some people that have been grouped, so that is definitely a possibility. But I don't know. Sometimes I'll point out, like, you can use a few map tools. Like we just routed that guy. Look, I can ping there. You can draw on the map. You know, I can draw like an X here to show I'm gonna like block those guys off. But you can type, of course, with text.
Sure.
But other than that, I've got to keep moving. So these units are pretty depleted. I'm getting pretty depleted at this point. And we're actually losing really horribly. This engagement went bad.
The maps look pretty interesting, though. I mean, I'm seeing here a lot of opportunities for, not really fortification necessarily, but I mean that wall, the bankment that you would have to climb over. Being that the game is very sensitive to things like terrain advantage, altitude, those kinds of things.
Yeah, the maps are pretty well designed. They're not quite fully symmetric, but they have some interesting balance to them. Kind of like you'd expect, but
sure.
They definitely have features that will make you think about what you want to do. Like, you could easily turn a corner, suddenly get line of sight, and realize that you've made a horrible, terrible mistake. So we routed that guy. So we've got most of their cavalry taken out, which is great, but they are left with a lot of heavy infantry, which is not great.
So how would you deal with the heavy infantry? A combination of archers,
and possibly a flank. Like, we might be able to get over here in time to help. Let's see if we can do that. I mean, these spears, I'm not even going to attempt. I mean, I don't really have many units left. So we're going to go in. We're going to charge this heavy infantry. Hopefully we can get them from behind. They're going to try to cut us off here, though, so it's probably not going to happen. You can see that cavalry just tried to charge them. So let's just go. That might have been, ooh, right flank, but not super effective. So let's get
now. I'm looking at the scoreboard up on the top, which I guess is essentially just what is that? The remaining population of soldiers up there at the top there.
We have 509 units. They have 837. We're losing pretty bad.
Yeah.
It is possible, though. You can route some pretty good size units. So this unit is not too happy because he's pretty heavily flanked. But I don't have any charges left, so. Or it's on a 27-second cooldown. I've got very few units left. I could try to sneak around. In fact, why don't we do that? Let's see if we can sneak around and get a base capture. I don't know if that'll work, but I'm so depleted at this point that...
Right, you serve as like a pair of eyeballs, maybe, or...
Yeah.
Point capture.
Yeah, you can see this unit has, 15... 12 and 18, so not exactly a ton here. They cleaned up that. Let's move. This unit is wavering, so it's basically going to continuously lose morale until it breaks, which is really bad because this is the one with my general in it. So as soon as they break, everyone else will start losing morale. It's not great. Base captures take quite a bit of time, so I fully expect this will be a failure. We're just going to line up here, though, and start capping this. Oh, they're doing pretty good over here, actually.
I mean, if they can hold it off, you don't need to destroy the other team. You just need to keep them busy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we've got some pretty healthy units over here if they can stay alive. This guy will eventually die. What's real interesting about these phalanx, oh, they just broke it, is they have a sort of a formation they can do called phalanx, which makes them really immobile. Oh, we're getting bombarded. Well, that's not good. So the thing with capping the base, if they're doing damage to us, they this base countdown will tick the other way.
Right.
They will actually start to uncap the base for just damaging us. So here's these guys. This is not great. We're gonna try doing a pincer mover here, but it's not gonna work. It's gonna be super pathetic. These guys are getting ready to break. So our base capture strategy, not great, but maybe we can kill this catapult. Although our general's now dead and everyone is pretty heartbroken here. They just really loved that general.
Now, you mentioned it before, but the general, is he attached to one of your units?
Yes, this first unit. Always that first unit.
Okay.
So whichever one you choose is important because that decides where your general is. Ooh,
right.
We almost broke the catapult. Ooh, break the catapult. Break it. We're just charging spears at this point because why not? Okay, do that. Yep. So that'll be the end of this round. We'll probably lose. It doesn't look like we're coming back. They are capping our base. Oh, this guy finally came. He was getting himself a drink or something. So there we go. Cavalry charge. That was way too far away. Oh, but he routed him. Nice. He might win this. Oh, they have super healthy units over here. So this always cracks me up. This one guy is no, I can do it. I got this. He's good. It's just this one guy. No one's going to even bother trying to kill this guy. He's just going to stand here and murder this catapult crew. Oh, they got him.
Oh,
Yeah,
shine on you,
I
shining
know,
star.
right? That hero right there. We'll call him Ulf or something. Will go down in history as a great brave soldier. So here we go. Here's the previous battle. We lost. No surprise. We did really bad. That's a terrible score. Ugh, terrible. Whatever. It gives you cool stats. Of course, it tells you what you would have earned if you had, whatever, 50% more. All right, so that guy is busy. Let's try a archery focused one. So we've got one hoplite and some archers. I don't know if I have any upgrades. Oh, here you can see the screen. Here's how you upgrade, guys. So, like, I need 700 of this XP to upgrade to the next unit.
So I seem to remember that when we played Total War Arena before, as new players, it kind of felt like we didn't have any of the stuff.
Yes.
That's still a thing?
Definitely true.
Yeah.
The beginning units are very basic. You don't start off with any of the sort of abilities. As you level up, as you get this separate XP, the harder to get XP, you can actually increase the stats of your heroes. So here we finally lost here. This was our cavalry guy, but he did better. We got a lot more XP for that. Yeah. 32. But what bothers me here is 329. So we did a lot better on that guy. But we did a ton of morale damage. You can see we did a good chunk of morale damage there. But you can actually upgrade. So if you look at, I think one of these. Oh, never mind. We're joining match. But like as you level up your heroes, you can also upgrade their abilities. So like here you can just increase their speed. Here's a barrage skill. You can decrease the time it takes to reload them. So if you really get into one of the heroes or commanders or whatever, you can really kind of level them up and customize them just the way you want.
Starts to accumulate.
Mm-hmm. I want this to go away now, though. Whatever. So as you kind of level up, you get like cooler and cooler units, right? Like that's pretty typical. Yeah. Unfortunately, we have like these super peasant peons.
We should try something really unorthodox this time.
Okay.
Become like that Sun Tzu tactical genius.
Okay.
We're gonna
surrender whenever the enemy is near.
When they least expect it. They'll be so surprised they'll fall over dead.
Speaking of surrender, I do wish they would add an option to call a vote to like surrender. Like if you felt like you're way behind and there's just you have just a few units left and they're running around, you kind of get stuck. And it's like I really just want to end this match and call it, good game, let's go. Obviously, again, this game is designed to try to appeal to the Twitch crowd, and it's like, well, making me sit here and play this extra 3 minutes to just die is not fun. Apparently it does not want us to play as Greece today. You know what? I'm going to cancel this. Because I actually just realized I want to do this. I want to put my commander in a archery unit.
We must fan the flames of war.
So I don't know. You do have to buy into this game for now while it's in beta. I don't know how long that'll last. Hopefully they'll continue to open up the invites to more people so you can cut down on these wait times. I mean, that's kind of part of the issue too. I would expect. I don't know what their player base is right now, but it is fun, and it's pretty typical for free-to-play game. It starts off relatively easy. You can progress pretty quick to the first few tiers, and then it slows down quite a bit, which some people kind of take issue with. I always find it fine because, like, if I'm enjoying the game in the lower tiers, then I've enjoyed my time playing it, right? So
Right,
I don't really feel like that bothers me too much.
No.
Maybe
I think
I'm
people
not.
get bent out of shape about that a little too soon.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know. Yeah, okay, maybe it's like I can't ever get to the tier 10 units or whatever, but would you really want? Let's see how dumb you would look if you had these guys. These cretins. These guys are literally cretins. I don't know.
From Crete.
Like royal Spartans, if that even is their real name. Yeah. So you can see it kind of like branches out. You got all these guys. Of course, they have premium units that you can buy, but you still have to be this tier. So you'd have to be tier 4 with your commander to be able to use them. Whatever. We may never get into match again. This is the end of the game. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for
You've
joining
done
us.
it. How do you feel about the progression? Do you think there's enough progression going on to keep you interested?
Yeah, it's actually kind of tricky because I get kind of, at least for right now, in order to buy new commanders, you need quite a bit of this free XP, this like harder to get experience.
Right.
And so I feel like that kind of limits me on upgrading these abilities because I don't want to spend all of my experience on upgrading an ability for one commander because at a relatively low level, I don't have very many commanders to switch between. Like I had actually gotten to a point where I was playing games and I just had the 3 starting ones, Germanicus, Sinine, whatever, and Arminius. And all 3 of them were in a battle that I had lost, and I'm just like sitting there waiting. I'm like, okay, well now I can't play the game.
A little bit like like Mech Warrior,
right? Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, well, I want to get more of these guys, but you have to earn up quite a bit. Like this dude's 5,000. This one's 2. This one's 8,200. Good grief, Alexander the Great, if that even is your real name. And these are 5,000. So you got to get it quite a bit. So I feel like limited. Like I can't quite spend the points. Of course, what they really want you to do, I can't do it now, is they want you to convert unit XP because once you get like these guys fully leveled up, they'll keep, if you use them any, particularly if you get a lower level commander, like say I have this guy and low tier units that I've already upgraded through, they gain XP, and they want you to spend gold that you have to pay for to convert unit XP to free XP. It's like, I don't know about that.
Right.
So apparently we're just going to sit here forever.
I noticed we have our Extra Life stuff down there in the bottom corner, right? Is it a good time to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So Extra Life is actually coming up really rapidly. We're about a month out from the last weekend of October is when I will be doing my Extra Life stream.
Oh, yeah.
24 hours for the kids. And I highly recommend you do it. You know, I actually saw something really cool the other day of someone who was participating in Extra Life, who was tweeting. I was on Twitter. That's where I was reading this, on Twitter. But he had tweeted that he had recently changed the hospital he was making donations to. So I forget the exact name of it, but is the Children's Hospital in Puerto Rico, to try to help benefit kids there who are, of course, having a really terrible time right now without any sort of electricity and most of them not having any potable water, etc. So there's one way that you could try to help contribute to some of the U.S. people having difficulties because of giant storms blowing entire islands away. Pretty cool stuff. But even if you don't do that, if you pick one local to you and you are not in Puerto Rico, then certainly you could do that and help benefit children. All that money goes directly to the hospital you chose, so they get to use it however best benefits them. So that's a really cool way to kind of give back to your own community or the community more abroad. And you should do it. It's free to join at extra-life.org/team/GameByteShow. Join our team. Raise some money.
Join it.
You know, and if you can't join our team, we have quite a handful, almost half a dozen now, team members on the Game Bytes show that you could donate to. You could donate to one of them or all of them, you know, whatever. So, really neat stuff. And spread the word. Tell your friends. I'm sure they would love to hear you talking about it. So,
nice.
yes. So we're gonna battle in Thermopylae, which is actually a pretty interesting map. It's got some it's got this sneaky water route you can go, but the water has like huge disadvantages if you go down into it.
So where are these hot gates?
I don't know. Right here. There it is.
Oh yeah, okay, I get it.
I don't know. It does have a little bit of a mountain pass up here. You can go up here and hang out with this like river. That's pretty cool. There's a temple thing. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. Let's
Okay, time for some unorthodox planning.
We're gonna go high.
Get on the cliff and shoot guys from there.
Yes, so you actually can do this, and we are actually going to do this. I'm gonna circle me and show my arrows raining down pain. Okay. So that's where the pain will start, and we will not stop until they are dead. Rapid advance. Let's do this. Unfortunately, my spearmen do have rapid advance. Oh, great news. Here we go. So one neat thing, when you get to you were kind of joking, I think, but you actually can like position your archers up on cliffs like this, and they spread out, which is pretty neat. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna position our spearmen here, and I don't know, whatever. Okay, so we got a pretty good force here. We got some light cavalry moving up and some heavy infantry, and they're all good Roman countrymen.
When you're archers, do you get a sense of where your shots are going to land? I mean, does it tell you, or do you know what your effective range actually is? Because I'm wondering if people don't come up to the cliffs, then we're going to just have to move.
Yeah, we will have to move down. Your effective range is the blue, I think. That may not be true.
Yeah, that seems more... I don't know what that would be, though. I mean, what is that little blue cone?
I forget. When you highlight like special abilities, you actually will get see the gray sort of circle.
Yeah.
So I think blue is my effective range. So we're going to find out here, because these guys are going to start shooting these bros in the face. We're going to use a special ability and make sure that these guys get wrecked.
There's a lot of trees in the nearby area, though.
Yeah. And unfortunately, yeah, they're not being very effective. So let's move up. Let's rapid advance everybody. Everybody move up. They're falling super back. They sent one unit. Oh, no, they've got some cavalry down here, so good for them. We're going to block this pass. Like good Spartans, we're just going to... Let's see if we can hit them from up here. Can we hit them from up here? Can I hit them from up here? It doesn't seem to be wanting to let me hit them from up here, which is too bad. Too bad.
Is the equipment like nation specific or faction specific?
Yeah, so the Romans actually don't have, as far as I know, any. Okay, we're gonna go into flanks because I've got a feeling that I'm about to absolutely murder some cavalry. Look at them just like fall to the wayside here. Just getting absolutely wrecked. Okay, that's beautiful. So the Romans don't get like archers until quite a bit later. They also never get the sort of spear infantry, as far as I know. So each faction is slightly different. We're going to go ahead and break this phalanx because, I mean, obviously it's no longer necessary. Let's move down. The barbarians get a interesting unit called ward dogs. So they're like units that have these dogs that they can cycle. The dogs move really quickly across the field, but I believe they break pretty easily. So, as you could imagine,
susceptible to frisbees.
Right? Yes, but as they say, they're all good boys. And then the Romans are big on artillery pieces, so you get catapults and ballistae and all kinds of fancy machines of death. Which I don't believe. I actually kind of want to move this way on this flank and make these guys have a pretty bad day, because I can block this entire pass with my spearmen, and these guys will have a very bad day. In fact, very good. This is excellent. And if they try to go this way, we can sort of take to the hills and fire down upon them unmercifully.
I wonder if there's much opportunity for a reversal, because I mean, you guys seem to be winning pretty well right now.
I mean, they could.
I wonder what could change that up.
They could. All right, get these guys in phalanx and watch this infantry absolutely just get crushed. Move as one. You have to like cheer on your guys. Okay, I actually do want to stop firing because they're super outnumbered at this point. And
you're going to be friendly firing.
Break the phalanx and charge in on there. There we go. Alright. So that's pretty good. Those guys are pretty much doomed. I don't know where the rest of our units are. They got some cavalry over there. Will these guys just die already? Jeez. Oh, it's this one guy left. You see? You see? It's always that one guy. Look,
yeah,
he got through somehow. Oh, they got him. Oh. Oh, no, they actually beat us because they captured our base.
Oh. Well, there you go. Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Exactly. Yeah, so there you go. You can do a bit of a reversal.
Yeah, I guess you can. That's a good point. I shouldn't have asked.
That's really too bad. Well, we didn't die too bad, though. We had a pretty good kill-to-death ratio. Not that it mattered. We still lost. Alright. So there you go. We're not going to have enough XP to upgrade any of these guys, unfortunately. That's just sort of how it goes. Yeah. Let's see. Can any of these guys upgrade? Nope. Well, we could upgrade to the new skirmishers if I also spend those points. Let's see on the barbarians. Nope. So, negative, because these units are all the same. What is this? Huntsman. Oh, like archers. Okay, I don't know. Pretty cool little game. We're probably going to end it there because it...
Yeah, you kind of get the idea.
Yeah, it's been about 45
Just kind of do that thing over and over again.
It's very much a game design, again, for sort of the Twitch crowd. I mean, I don't know how else to say that. That's essential. It's strategy boiled down to, like, its absolute purest tactical movement form. But, you know, the games don't last too long. You can crank 3 out and 4 out in an hour if you're really into strategy and want to kind of try different things. It kind of allows you the flexibility to do that. Again, it is going to be free to play. Is currently requires founder packs to gain access, or you can sign up for their beta and hopefully get an email. The cheapest founder pack is $10, I think. I don't know, if you saw what you like, maybe it's worth it. You get a few coins or whatever to go with it, so you can maybe upgrade your units a little faster.
Currency.
So consider it. I don't know. Let me know if you want to play. We can join up as a team. You can do partying. See, you can have like friends. I don't have any friends though, so as you can imagine.
Yeah, they didn't let me into the beta, so
Right. So thank you again for joining us here on the Game Bytes show. It is a pleasure, as always, to show off some of the very okay games.
it's fine. It's good.
If you want to listen to us talk about some okay games and some maybe interesting news, depends how bored you are. I don't know. Check out our audio podcast, which we bring to you twice a week. Once at the beginning of the week for news, new releases, and a topic of our choice. And then once midweek for video games that we've been playing, where we discuss what we thought was great and what we thought was mediocre and what we thought was really bad about a video game that we played that previous week.
That's true.
We bring you this twitch.tv/GameBytes show stream once a week on Mondays 10. If you joined us this Monday at 10, then yay!
Hooray,
you did
thank
it! You're our favorite ever, really. So hit the subscribe so you get notified whenever we go live. Sometimes we do it more. We do have that 24-hour stream coming up rapidly, so be prepared for that. Bring snacks. Put it on your calendar. Mark it out the day. It's like October 28th or 7th or whatever that Saturday is. Last week.
Give yourself a wedgie. Drink a lot of water.
That's right.
I don't know. I have no idea. I
don't know why you're getting a wedgie, but we all know how Jeremy watches video games now. So check that out. It'll probably be. I'm actually pulling together my schedule for that soon. So keep an eye out on our Twitter feed for that schedule coming out, which you can find at GameBytes Show. You won't want to miss it. You can find myself at red_I.
You can find me at Jeremy_Lamont, and you can find our two podcasting buddies. Legrand Jolly is at Legrand, Legrande, and Dale Jones is at Count Elmdor.
That's right. So, I don't know. You'll probably never see them play Total War Arena. I'm going to be honest with you. But thanks for joining us today, and we will see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.